Hey, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here with another NBA Live My Career Gameplay. Today, we're taking on the Sacramento Kings. This is the Battle of California. I think this is our second time we're facing this team. Actually, the Sacramento Kings are actually the third seed in the West right now. We are the first seed in the West. Obviously, if I'm on the team, of course, we're going to be the first seed in the West. So yeah, man, hopefully let's just see what we can do. Hopefully we come out here with this wins. DJ get the tip. And man, what about them Clippers, man? Have y'all been watching the Clippers? Have y'all been seeing what they've been doing, man? It's been crazy, man. Yeah, man. Blake Griffin is balling, but man, that dude Austin Rivers though. He trying to get a max deal out here, son, for real. He trying to get a max deal. Austin Rivers out here trying to get a max deal, man. As CP3 knocked down that three, and we gon' look at that. Let me see that lineup. That lineup is trash. Let's continue substituting. Cause you know this game don't like to substitute. This game like to substitute. Maybe I would just jump in at random and just play the whole first quarter, but nah, bruh. These lineups be ass. But anyways, though, man, Clippers, it's looking like it's their year, man. And I have to say this right now, man. I think with the way how this season is going, I'm gonna have to give it to the Clippers, man. I think the Clippers are going all the way this year. I personally think that the Clippers are going all the way this year. I didn't think about them at first. I know in the beginning I said this team is soft. There's no way they're gonna make out the first round, especially against the defending champion Spurs. But I let that thing that I've been talking about all year at the Spurs creep out of my head for some odd reason. I don't know why I let it creep out of my head. Probably because the Spurs finished the season off so strong. But I let that thing creep out of my head, which is never trust the Spurs after they win a championship. They're never to be trusted after they win a championship. They don't repeat. They always end up being a second, first round knockout. It happens every time they win a championship. So yeah, it's never a good idea to go with the Spurs after they win a championship. When they haven't won a championship in a while, it's good to go with the Spurs, but when they win a championship, nah, bro, back off a little bit. So yeah, man, that's pretty much, you know, that's you know, like this. It's shocking that they made it out the second round. It's even more. Well, it's not as shocking now, but back then, but it's not as shocking now, but it's pretty clear that the Houston Rockets, you know, this just proves that analytics ain't shit. Okay, let me just state that for the record. Analytics ain't shit. Okay, analytics ain't shit. They don't mean shit. They never meant shit. Because analytics had Houston as the 6th best defense in the league this year. Analytics. That bullshit that everybody be believing in and shit. It's not real. The analytics to me are like fucking lottery numbers. They're just luck. You know, it's just the luck. It's just the luck of the numbers. Okay. And those numbers are not legit. Those numbers are not legit. That defense that Houston has is fucking terrible. James Harden has reverted himself back to the James Harden that we was making fun of last year. You know what I'm saying? We was making fun of James Harden for his defense. And then it slightly improved when he was playing on Team USA. Now it's back to now it's back to where it was. You know, last year we ridiculed this man because of that, and now he he's reverted back to this, man. I thought we saw improvement. I mean, and I have to say this too, man. It's a lot of stuff I need to get off right now because last week that was all pre-recorded shit. That was pre-recorded shit that I did like at least like 2 weeks ago, and I could just drop those videos out there for next week, so I didn't have to really even upload anything last week. So this time around, this week now I have to upload shit, but I'm probably gonna upload this on Friday because by the time you see this video, it'll probably be Friday, and I have some mixes up for this week again. So, because I'm just lazy, and I'm back in school now. So, yeah. But anyways, though, man, this team, I have to address this right now. James Harden and Stephen Curry were the two top candidates for MVP. And look how both of them are playing in this series. A series that both of their teams were favored to win in. The Houston Rockets were favored to win in this series because they had more depth than the Clippers. But it turns out the Clippers have more depth than the Houston Rockets do. It's becoming apparent that the Houston Rockets don't have good depth. They don't have a good bench. It looks like a good bench on paper, but until you actually see it play out, it just doesn't add up. You know, you got Austin Rivers out. When you got Austin Rivers and JJ Redick going for career highs in the playoffs, you know your defense is trash. But then again, I mean, Austin Rivers did go off on the Spurs one time. So I mean they defense. I mean I ain't gonna say they defense was trash. They defense was pretty good. It was they just lacked that offense. They just lacked that execution on offense, which is why they pretty much got eliminated from the first round. Pretty much the lack of execution on their offense. But other than that, I mean, they played pretty good, solid defense against the Clippers, but this team right here, they're not even playing good defense against the Clippers. And another thing too, I have to point out is this hack a Shaq strategy. Now, listen, if I'm not a coach, so I can't really express it. So I can't really say this is a bad idea. But Kevin McHale, why would you do the Hacker Jordan strategy when they can do the Hacker Howard strategy and the Hacker Smith strategy and also another Hacker? The Houston Rockets have more players that shoot bad from the free throw line than the Clippers do. Clippers only got one bad free throw shooter, and that's DeAndre Jordan. Other than that, the Houston Rockets have more non-executable weapons on the free throw line than anybody. And James Harden, he's not getting his fouls because why? Because the Clippers are playing good defense on him. They're not letting him get to the basket. They're making him a shooter, and they're living with it, and it's working. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Clippers could have won game 2. They could have swept these dudes, man. Like, but shit happens. Shit happens. Can't get mad at the Houston Rockets for getting one game in there. Shit happens. But this is the year, man. This is the year Chris Paul is going to the Western Conference Finals. I would love to see what he's going to do, especially I want to see what Blake Griffin's going to do. It's really hard to see who they're going to face at this point, considering I don't know who they're going to face at this point. I don't think that the Warriors are going to be out just yet. There's a reason why they won 60 games this entire season, because quite honestly they've been an impressive team to this point. But the thing that I think the question that we were all asking throughout this whole year is, what can you do when the shots aren't falling? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do when the shots aren't falling? and it's clear that they can't do shit when their shots ain't falling. I mean, Klay Thompson, I mean, he came alive in game 4? Game 3. He came alive in game 3. He had a good game in game 3, but like I said, man, it's like, I don't know, man. I really thought, you know, Klay Thompson was going to be the X factor of everything, but apparently, you know, you do still need a little bit of production out of Steph Curry. I thought that just by having Klay Thompson stay hot, you can pretty much stay in the game, but it's clear that you can't without Steph Curry. Steph Curry needs to play alongside, needs to play his role as well. And, I mean, the shots aren't falling. They're not getting, you know, the shots aren't falling. They're not really going to an end. They don't have a good inside game. They don't have, you know, the pick and roll strategy is just not working. Memphis is tearing their pick and roll strategy apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good look right now, but for the Golden State Warriors. But hope is still alive for the Golden State Warriors, because I want to see Clippers versus Golden State. That's the matchup we all want to see in the Western Conference. I don't want to see the Grizzlies. I know the Grizzlies versus the Clippers is also a good matchup too, because that's kind of like a heated rivalry when it comes to the playoffs. But Golden State versus the Clippers, man, that's like watching. That's like what Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather should have been. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao should have been. It should be just two people who hate each other and just want to tear each other apart. Like, that's the vibe I get from that's the vibe I get from the Clippers and Warriors games. It feels like a boxing. It feels like a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather boxing match that we thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen. But, you know, whatever. I don't even care about that fight. I didn't even pay for it, to be honest with you. I watched it on the internet for free. Like I said, I don't buy shit. I pirate. I ain't afraid to admit I do cheap shit like pirate games and shit like that. When I was on the P, how you think I started this channel? I started this channel by pirating games. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I started on the PC and I pirated 2K14. You really think I'm gonna pay dollars for 2K14, a game that's the same shit as last year? You really think I'm gonna pay the same amount of money for that? Fuck no. I don't need to go online. What the fuck I need to go online for? It was just for my career. I wasn't really interested. I wasn't really interested in the gaming thing like that. You know, I wasn't interested in games, but I wanted to start a gaming channel to do something. I just wanted to do something with my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in college. I come home. I eat. I go to sleep. That's all I do. I wanted to do something, and this channel was what I wanted to do. And it's been a great experience so far. I've made friends with a lot of people, made enemies with some people. Some people may not like me, some people may agree with me, some people may not agree with me, but at the end of the day, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Alright, man. So now we're in the fourth quarter. Okay, I guess I can talk about this now. I was thinking about this as we was going on here. I thought about this and I was like, you know, as much hype as James Harden and Steph Curry got, this right here is proving that Steph Curry and James Harden were not the true MVPs of this season. It should have went to Russell Westbrook, even though he did not make the playoffs this year. He did not lead his team to the playoffs this year. They weren't going to go far with anyone else. So, to me personally, I'ma still say it. I feel like Russell Westbrook should have been the MVP this season, because this is just proving it right now. Like, the way James Harden and Steph Curry are both playing in these series, you know, after the MVP discussion is now over, we got the MVP. You would think that Steph Curry would be balling. You would think that James Harden would be upset and he'd be dropping 40 a night on these Clippers, man. But so far, it's been a disappointment from both guys. The two top candidates for MVP this season. On top of that, the two top candidates for MVP are playing like trash. The third top candidate was LeBron, which I don't even want to accept that one. I don't even know. I understand LeBron was doing pretty good in the second half of the season when they acquired J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert and all them. Like when he was behind the scenes for a little bit trying to make the moves. Okay, I can understand why you would say he was an MVP, but looking at what Russell Westbrook was doing, he should have been way above LeBron. But you know how the media is. You know how that shit go. It's LeBron James. Okay, it's that's all it is. If it ain't, it's you gotta put you. It's if LeBron James ain't in a category, it ain't worth talking about. Pretty much. So, me personally, I feel like Westbrook was MVP this year. Second would have been Anthony Davis, because even though his team was struggling, he still managed to drop. He still managed to put that work in. I don't care what nobody says. Anthony Davis is the next biggest thing in this league. Mark my motherfucking words, man. Anthony Davis is next up. I'm telling you right now. We talking about KD and LeBron. We still talking about Kobe and stuff like that. No, Anthony Davis is in the discussion, man. Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, Klay Thompson, John Wall. In due time, John Wall will definitely be in this conversation. The future is bright, man. G Baby. I'm gonna put G Baby in there too. This is the future, man. Like y'all don't even see it yet. Like y'all don't even understand it yet. Like this is the future. Like when LeBron is at that Kobe age and he not doing all the things that he used to do, you're gonna look to KD. But who gonna be after KD? It's gonna be AD, Anthony Davis. It's gonna be BG, Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes are up next. You know what I'm saying? They just sitting in the back. They can sit in the background now only because LeBron James is still relevant. But when LeBron James, starts slowing down, he start to become relevant. You're gonna start going to KD and Russell Westbrook, and you're gonna be looking at the next big thing, which is Anthony Davis, and then after Anthony Davis is Blake Griffin. I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, these dudes are up next, man. But for me personally, I just feel like the MVP should have went to Russell Westbrook, hands down. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care about stats and analytics and what Steph Curry was doing all season, because it's clear that shit don't mean nothing when it comes to the playoffs. Because right now they're on the verge of being down 3-1 in this series, and that's only if Steph Curry can turn things around by the way he's been playing. But that's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know. Who y'all think should have been MVP? Me personally, I feel like Russell Westbrook should have been MVP. That's just me. Not just because of the triple doubles, but just off the passion and the ability and all the shit he was doing, trying to get that team into playoff contention, fighting with the New Orleans Pelicans every fucking night. And I'm telling y'all right now, if Anthony Davis can lead his team to the playoffs over a hot Russell Westbrook, you're looking at the next big thing in this league, man. Because I didn't think there was any chance of OKC not being in the playoffs this year. But any player who can lead their team to the playoffs and ball out like Anthony Davis did, I'm telling you right now, the next big thing is Anthony Davis, and you don't even know it yet. Mark my motherfucking words. Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, John Wall, whenever he start to come around,
put up the most points. So
Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, next big thing in the NBA. I'm telling you. Y'all may not believe me now, but it's going to come. You will mark my words. This shit is going to happen, man.
This team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get
Telling y'all. But that's pretty much the game, man. We blow the Sacramento Kings out by 22, and I have to see y'all in the next video. Until then, peace out. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Do you think that James Harden or Stephen Curry even belonged in MVP discussion with the way they've been playing recently, or should somebody else have been the MVP? I don't know. It's just me. So yeah, just tell me what y'all think. I don't know. That's pretty much the game, man. I'll see y'all next video. Until then, peace out.
And here we have a look at the stats. Who was cold? Collison didn't move the net much at all in what turned out to be a frustrating game. Most of the time he was chucking for three, and you could almost hear his teammates sigh every time he did. And there's all the misses that came from outside. Here are the top plays. Number 3. Number 2. Number 1. Check out these scores from around the league. Check out the upcoming game. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.